Hello and welcome to Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I know there's a lot of places you could go, so I appreciate you spending the time here. If this is helpful, please share with others. Today, I want to talk about how to ace your interview. So there's a lot of components that go into interviewing and being successful within the interview. So you're not going to get everything that you're looking for out of this short video, but I want to break down some of the key things that you can do to ensure success as you go into your interview. So first and foremost, you want to do your homework, right? So if you're going in to interview with a company, you want to make sure you know everything about that company, know about them, how they were founded, who the CEO is, their key industries, who their competitors are they in the news today? Know all those elements because those are going to be really important, and you want to make sure that you've demonstrated that you have done your research, you know that company inside and out, because you don't know what kind of questions they're going to ask, but you want to be prepared for that. So do your homework, make sure you understand all the elements of that company and the space that they're in. The next one that you want to make sure that you're really studying up on is the job description. And I think this is one that gets overlooked quite often, but you want to make sure that you're looking at the job description and you're understanding every bullet within the requirements. So the reason I say study this is oftentimes what the hiring manager or recruiter, depending on what stage in the process you're looking at, are really leaning on. This is how they're evaluating you as a candidate, is based on that job description, because that job description was written specifically for the role that you're interviewing, right? And so you want to make sure you understand exactly what they're looking for so that you can speak to that, right? It just makes it easier for them to connect the dots on you being a good fit for the role that they have open. But you also want to make sure that you're studying it in relation to your resume, right? So if you know what the 8 requirement bullets are, and you can quickly connect that to your experience, it makes your answers a lot easier to formulate and to package up for them, right? Your goal is to make it easy for them to connect you as the right candidate for the job that they're interviewing for. And so if you know that job description, you know the requirements inside and out, and you can quickly connect the dots to your experience, it puts you in a much higher tier of moving forward in the process. And that's the ultimate goal, right? So make sure you study the job description, make sure you know the requirements and how it connects to your experience. The next one is look at sample interview questions. So you can get these everywhere. You can get these from my website. You can also get these from Google. But look up common interview questions. Make sure you have gone through that list. You've practiced that list. You kind of know what could come your way. The other one is behavioral interview questions. Make sure you're just scanning that. Before you or as you're going through this process, you're hopefully going to go through multiple interviews. But the key thing to remember is, depending on who you're meeting with and what the time frame is, there's only so many questions that an interviewer can ask you. So realistically, you might only get asked 5 to 10 questions within that 30-minute window or hour-long window, because you have to allow time for yourself to answer the beginning part of the interview, the last part of the interview where they're going to let you ask questions. And so what they're asking you is really only 5 to 10 questions typically, but you want to make sure that you're well-rounded and ready for every question. So study every possible interview question, connect it to your experience. How would you answer those? But make sure you're looking at those, right? The last thing you want to do is be stumped as they're asking interview questions. This is simple prep that you can do, but look at them, get a sense for what could come your way. The next one, obvious, but so commonly overlooked, is practice, right? So you have to practice. I mentioned looking at interview questions, behavioral-based interview questions, STAR method responses. You have to practice. And when I say practice, you have to do it over and over and over again. If you're looking at a list of 150 possible interview questions or common interview questions, practice your answer to all of them. Do it in front of a mirror. Do it in front of friends. Do it so many times that it is muscle memory for you. And do it in a way that puts you in an uncomfortable position. It's uncomfortable to answer questions in front of a mirror and watch yourself talk. It's really, really weird. But these are the things that you want to get really good at, because it's one of those mental things where if you practice it and drilled it over and over, it makes it so much easier when you're actually doing it live with another person. So practice, over practice, do it in front of a mirror, do it with others, do it to where it's second nature for you. And then the last one is just be confident, be upbeat, smile, let your personality come out. when you're interviewing with somebody, they want to see and get a feeling for you as a candidate on their team, right? So they want to see how you fit to their culture, and are you going to be somebody that they want to spend time with, that they're going to enjoy having on their team, or someone that's going to gel well with their existing team, right? So don't be a robot. Be upbeat. Show them that you're going to bring positive energy. Smile. Let your personality out a little bit. Obviously, don't go overboard if you're over the top. But the goal is you want to be upbeat. You want to have that positive memory in their head. So when they think of you, they're like, "Oh, that person was great. They smiled. They were upbeat, and I could see them being on the team." Also, their experience matched exactly what we're looking for. Right? So again, study the company, make sure you know the job description, how it connects to your experience, make sure you're practicing all sorts of sample interview questions. Excuse me. Look at sample interview questions, practice those, practice, over practice, drill it until you've been in every uncomfortable position and you are confident that you can answer any question that comes your way, and that you're almost eager to get in there and actually do it live. And then the last one, again, be confident, be upbeat, smile, let your personality come out. You will be great. People interview all the time. They're interviewing thousands of candidates. The goal is to just make sure you're putting yourself in the best position to move forward in the process, and these simple things will help you do it. Good luck.